Hello everyone, welcome to week 1 of March. This is my first cash stuffing for March. Sorry, my head's all over. I've just started recording this video and I really need a wee. So this video is probably going to be really quick. Sorry, yeah, so week 1 of March, so let's get into it. Also, like, my hands are really dry. I've not really started this very well. 1 minute, I'm just going to pause this and moisturise my hands. Right, sorry, that's a lot better. I've been cleaning, started our spring cleaning for the year, and I've been doing stuff like washed the curtains in our bedroom and like cleaned all around the surfaces there, and then I started to, you know, as you start getting into it, and then I started to do all the kitchen, and there was just like a layer of grease on stuff, you know, like, I say grease, but you know, like just kitchen mulch, like, so I have all my spices like out on the side, so I was like wiping all those down, and then I ended up doing the cupboards and everything, and I don't know, like, my partner thinks it's all in my head, but I just feel like it just doesn't get clean enough, like, just like skirtings, they're now like all looking a bit tatty because of paintwork, so I'm like, oh, that needs cleaning and everything, and he thinks it's all, and he's like, it's fine, and I'm like, how do you not see it? It looks skanky. Anyway, it was nice weather, so he was like, oh, let's open up all the windows and try and like air the house out properly, since it's probably the first day we've done it since Christmas. So as he was doing that, he opened the curtain, I could just see like a plume of dust coming off it, so I was like, right, we're cleaning those curtains. I washed all like the windows where it was up, and then like did a big dust and everything, and then you have to hoover, and anyway, I'm wittering on and on. But essentially, my hands have felt, you know, like when you've just been doing loads of cleaning, this felt a bit rank. Anyway, let's get counting. Going on a tangent. I've got 50, 100, 120, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 205, 10, 15, 20. So £220 cash stuff. And I also have a placeholder for the future challenge, like the wedding fund. So we'll stuff that later. So yeah, how's all your weeks been? Can you believe it's March? Honestly, February I felt went so quick. January like took about 15 years, and then February was like, whoop, here we are. Sorry, having a drink. Right, let's get into it. Make sure I've got all my notes to hand. Fab. So home is going to get skipped this week, but what I have done is I've swapped out Split Splat Splot with the savings challenge Essex cash I bought from Essex cash. I can't get it in my head. Essex cash stuffing, so the Easter challenge, because I thought, oh, by the time I sort of get through, it'll probably be around Easter anyway, so that works quite nicely. But yeah, that's going to get skipped today. Home maintenance got a really big hit because I had to take out quite a bit of money to do our sofa collection. So we had to do a bulk waste pickup collection thing. So I'm having to build that one back up. So home maintenance is going to get 10. And currently in it we've only got 10 anyway, so that'll be 20. So yeah, I need to build this back up. We've also been out for a mooch today, you know, when you just feel a bit like a house mouse. So we went out first thing and did a bit of a Tesco shop. We usually do online delivery, but I was like, oh, we'll just fancy a bit of a walk out, to be honest. So we picked up some flowers and stuff that I'm trying to dry for the wedding. And then, yeah, we went to B&M, so I got some little bits. We finally got a potato masher. We've lived our whole life without a potato masher. I say whole life, our whole, you know, couple existence. And every time we go to do mashed potato, we're like, damn it, we keep on forgetting. So yeah, finally got potato masher, very exciting. How the other half live, Christ. What great content. Holiday, we're on a new month for holiday. Yay. So we are on March. So let's look at what we can do for holiday. So I'm gonna do, these is 10 and these is 5, and this week I'm stuffing £10, so I'll cross one of these pots of golds off. So in holiday now we have a 300 placeholder, 20, 40, 50, 65, 75, so £375, which is good. So I think it's going towards the mini moon. We need to look into what we actually want to do for that. So I might do that this weekend. At least then we've got like a goal in mind and maybe have to prioritise stuff in this one. Birthdays, we are working on general birthdays. So let me get that one out. And that is also going to get £10 this week, and then that makes that fully funded. So what I'm going to do is I'll stuff the £10 in. Then because general birthdays I'm going to do over and over, I am going to use a placeholder that says fully funded, just to know that I've got at least one lot of 30 in here. And then I'm going to keep on, every time I do it, I'll know how many I've got. Like, so a general birthday is 30, so I'll know that's like one lot of 30, two lot of 30, because it's all in one account, you see. So that works well. And then next we're going to be moving on to my brother, if I can find him. That's brother-in-law, brother, because his is in May. So that's really good. Still not decided what to get my sister yet. So I need to look into that really. She's up north at the minute, so I will do that when she is back down. I think I might try and get her and her partner a nice meal out and offer to babysit or something. So yeah, debt it is going to get. I'm working on Tesco 2. So I did combine some of these just so I've got some of the bigger numbers off. So debt this week is going to get 50. So let's cross off a blue one. So we're getting there with debt, which is good. And then this is the priority one, so I'm not going to stuff any of these ones. These ones will get their direct debit, which will come out next week, so we can cross those off. Emergency fund is actually going to get some loving this week. So with the emergency fund, I allocate 20, and then I'm going to roll the dice. And that is really badly on my dice, 15. So I'll put 15 into emergency fund. And colour that in. What colour should we do for 15? So we now have £35 in emergency fund. So this is extra over emergency fund. So every month I put in, £50 a month into my emergency fund account. But this money here is digitally saved in a Monzo pot. So I think I get about 4% on this one. Whereas my other one I get a bit more money on, but I'm limited to how much I can set each month. So this is any extra over. And I want to try and build this up a little bit. Purely because yeah, I just don't really have I've got about £1,000 saved, but yeah, if something big was to happen, I just want a bit more of a buffer, or if I decided to move jobs or anything, it'd be good to build that one up. And obviously I'm working on my like my debt is completely managed now, in terms of like I've worked out my balance transfers, I've worked out like my minimum payment on them, and I've worked out how much to put in, for this year because of wedding. But it would be nice, like when my debt is paid off fully, which I think is I forecasted that for like to be in 2 years basically, that I've got a really robust emergency fund as well. So they say like 2 months like of your fixed expenses. So for me that would probably be about £2,500 that I want to just have as a, in case of emergency. So that'd be good. Health is going to get 10. So halfway through on health. So again, I just put a placeholder in for this one, so I've got the £100 already saved, and then it's also going to get the £10 this week. So getting there with health, and again I think I'm just going to save up 200 with health. I need to look at what the benefits at work are again, and whether I'm going to go for it, because we did dental last time, but that works out £30 a month. Straight from my paycheck, but like dental insurance, but It covers anything on the NHS and some more stuff, but to be honest, we did all the checkups last time. We hadn't been to the dentist in a while. I know, a bit skanky, but like we just hadn't done like the admin of sorting out a dentist, finding one and getting on, you know, a list for one. So yeah, we both ended up having our checkups and everything last year, and like any, you know, fillings or whatnot. So we're sort of up to date on dentists, and then checkups are, I think, £60. So I'm a bit like, well, I need to double check that actually. I think it's about 60. So I'm like, well, if I'm paying £30 a month, we're not gonna both, you know, that's like £120 we need to save for health. So I'm debating whether to do that one at all. And then yeah, the other one is glasses really. So I just want to save up to get them done, because inevitably I'm going to end up breaking. I've only got one set of glasses, and inevitably I'm going to end up breaking them at some point. So I just want to have that like money ready to go for when my glasses break. Odds and evens. So I budget £10 for this one. Roll the dice, and I've rolled an odd there, so I'm only going to stuff 5 of that 10, and it's going to go towards. Oh God, too many dice. 3, which is holiday. So I'm going to get out the holiday envelope and stuff that. And I will unstuff these at the end of the year. So this is like a yearly challenge I'm working on with these. So, and then I'll reallocate them at the end of the year and start again. And then if I'm a bit more, say affluent, that sounds weird, but I might start doing the 52-week savings challenge again, because that's quite fun. Christmas is going to also get £10, I think, this week. So currently in Christmas, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 100, 120, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190 pounds. So that's a good chunk into Christmas. And then let's do £10 up here. Should really condense that. I think when it gets to 200 I'll condense that one. And then finally, future. So to start off with, I've got a £200 placeholder I'm going to stuff. So this is James's allocation for this month. He is going to try and budget £400 a month into future. So he starts off by putting £200 in at the beginning of the month, and then if he has any left over at the end, he tries to basically keep it saved. So he then has 400, but he has a £200 buffer basically. So I'm going to stuff that one in, but that means that we now have 1,000, 200, 400, 600, 800, £2,000 saved up in future. So I'm going to swap out them for I think I've got a £2,000 placeholder somewhere. 500, 1,000. Have I not done it? I feel like it's a gold one. Did I put it somewhere else? Oh, that is the £2,000 placeholder. I am a numped. So £3,000 is now saved. God, I'm not with it, am I? So that gets stuffed, which is very exciting. And then I can cross off the big house. So originally this was going to be for us moving house, or for like a home project, because we were looking at maybe, if we weren't going to move house, do an extension. Whereas now, because we've got married or getting married, we are saving it for the wedding, really. So this is going towards that. So yeah, seems a bit daft now that I'm colouring in a house. But maybe it can be the barn we're getting married in. Let me call it that. Yeah, we're getting married in a barn. Excuse me. And then we have £40 from previously saved. Excuse me. And then this week it's going to get 90. So I've got another, that's 50 and 40 there. So we have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110 and 130. So let me colour those in. So and that's saving towards our next 200. Fabulous. Well, and I have £10 left over, so what I'm going to do is actually go back to holiday and stuff that. So I've got an extra £10 in holiday. There we go. Perfect, and that's the end of this week's cash stuffing. Well, I hope you've enjoyed, and yeah, I hope you all have a lovely March and look forward to watching all your videos. Have a great time. Bye.